Hi guys, Henry here, coming at you with another impromptu, off-the-cuff sort of video. This time about supporting models in Lychee Slicer. Now, I think it's got much easier over time to support models, at least in Lychee. I can't speak for other slicer software. The last time I used ChituBox, which unfortunately seems to be the market leader in slicer software. The last time I used it was, I think, 2021. So it's been a long time. Maybe ChituBox has got better. At the time, I just thought it was Chinese bloatware, essentially. And I will die on the hill of saying that ChituBox is just the Internet Explorer of 3D printing. It's the software you sort of end up with by default, and you just stick with it because you get comfortable using it and refuse to learn anything else. Well, today maybe I can sell you on Lychee. If these features are in ChituBox, then that's great. All power to them. Stick with it. I just don't know. Anyway, what I have here is a 10mm scale Battleground 83 figure. I'm re-supporting some of them because I found that my old pre-supported files, well, they just had too many supports on them, to be frank. Experience has since shown me that you can be a bit minimal with it. Anyway, you can start timing me from, I guess, the end of the next sentence. I'm going to show you how to very, very quickly get a model ready for printing in a largely automated fashion. So, right, let's go. First, I'm clicking the figure. I'm going to click Magic. Turning off auto orientation because my models are designed to print upright. Most of them anyway. And we have auto supports on here with light support presets. So, I'm feeling lucky. We get some supports coming in. We want to check the model on the Prepare tab here, which is where we customize supports. We want to just check the model to make sure there's nothing that's too fragile. So this is where you do need a bit of individual judgment. I'm going to get rid of this support. See if I can... Oh, I was hoping it could be replaced maybe with a MIDI support. Oh, wait, yeah, you can do that here. Tick this, MIDI support. Unfortunately, that's angled. Okay, well, if it's going to be angled, we'll leave it as a normal support. Look over the model. I like to have two on the arms just as a sort of anchor. And then I'm going to hit this on the Auto tab. There is a feature here, if you click this drop down, Generate Only on Island. It will do some light supports only on islands that turn up on the model, which as you can see has made it a little bit busier. These again need a bit of pruning, although to be honest they're probably about right. I'm going to change these for mini supports. And then on the bottom of the RPG warhead, since there's a bit of a buckle there, I would add it. And then we just click Magic again, turn off auto supports, hit Optimize. Oh, no, I have forgotten a step, I'm sorry. Being on camera, not on camera, but recording live, I forgot this step. I like to have just lots of supports on the base, fewer on the model, because the model's where the fragile parts are, but you want your real anchor hold at the bottom. Let's optimize that again. Then I'm going to hit File, Save As, Lychee Light. A reason I love Lychee is that the save format, Lychee Light, doesn't save the 3D model as part of the file, so you're not wasting space on your hard drive. The file for this will hopefully be like less than a megabyte because it imports the 3D model. Whereas, I don't know, does Chitu have a light format now? Anytime I do include a pre-supported file with my models, it's always going to be in the Lychee Light format. Looking at this, I think I can still make a tweak. I don't like this one. Can this one be changed? Yeah, swap that out for a mini support. Unfortunately, the RPG is a bit more of a complicated model. And if it looks like I'm faffing, don't worry, the next model I'm going to try to do faster. Okay, optimize it again. Right, yeah, I'm satisfied with that, I think. Okay, saving again. Okay, Control N for new, and I'm going to drag in now my next model to support today, which is the Kneeling Firing PKM. And I'm going to shut up. You can just watch what I do. Let's see how quickly I can do this one. that's just an error I get because of Dropbox. There we go. Just have to save it again. Yeah. Don't know if you were timing me, but that looks decent. When I'm removing the models, by the way, just in case you never had this advice before, I will immerse them in near boiling water. And then when they come out, after they've heated up a bit, just gently guide my cutters over the tips of the supports. They'll often just come off without needing to cut. Some you might need to cut, especially as your water cools down. But what you see here is pretty easy to remove. I'm redoing these supports, as I said, just because my old ones were too busy. And on a few of the models, the supports were intersecting so much that it became too thick. So this is a more minimal approach to supporting. Right, I'm going to do you a third one. Just so you can see me working with a variety of models. The next one I'm going to do standing firing Strela. This was another one I had issues with. I'm printing some 10mm East Germans just for my own use at the moment, so it meant I was revisiting these models that I've not looked at in quite some time, if I'm honest. When you generate the island, the supports on islands, it actually does an island scan. So if, you might have already noticed, if I remove a support that's on an island, it will flag that island up for me. So I can be aware of what I'm doing and if I'm being an idiot. This looks a bit busy for me, but where I had an issue on this model before was that it was actually the back that buckled in a bit. So it does need lots of supports there. Let's have one on this elbow just as an anchor, one on the back. Maybe there too. And then, yeah, busy up that base. Now, I'm sure some people watching who have experienced it with 15 mils and larger minis are maybe face palming, saying that is nowhere near enough support, mate. Remember, this is 10mm scale, so like, he is tiny. As long as every island has a support on it and you have enough gripping it from the base, it will be fine. Gonna optimize and save as. Yeah. One more detail, I guess. I'm using. I think I did actually have it to detailed by accident here. I usually use just a normal island scan on small miniatures. Normal island scan will not catch every single island, but essentially these models are so small that if an island is like the tiniest little cusp, it's not going to show up on the finished model. And I think it's normal to have little, if you do have little flakes of resin in your vat, that's just going to get caught up on the rafts in your next print. If you're filling your print, you've got rafts all along the bottom, it's going to suck up any like little bits. I've done countless prints and not noticed any issues with little flakes of resin. Anyway, that's that. Hope that was relatively short. And yeah, essentially, when you know what you're doing with Lychee, if that's not too arrogant to say I know what I'm doing, if you get to a point where you believe you know what you're doing, you can pre-support miniatures quite quickly. I know that my past support coverage in the sense of offering pre-supported files has been a bit spotty. Not every model has pre-supports that does need them. Obviously, I have a vested interest in saying this, but as someone who personally does not trust pre-supported files, if I ever get new models from another creator, I don't even bother with their pre-supported files. I just delete them. I'm just in the habit of pre-supporting my own models, and now that it's so quick to do it, I'm choosing my words carefully here. I don't demand that of people I make purchases from. Obviously, you have the right to ask me about pre-supports, and when people have before, I have done it for them. But I'm kind of at a point where I think if you're on a decent piece of slicing software, again, I don't know about ChituBox, it's non-trivial to support models, and then you know you're doing it to your own preferences. So I just consider it to be one of those sort of foundational skills of 3D printing. But that is with the caveat that obviously I have a vested interest in saying that, because as a creator I prefer making new things than going back and supporting existing models. I don't know to what degree that's a service people expect. I remember I saw a poll on the 3D printing for historical wargaming Facebook group where it seemed like, yeah, about 20% of people were die hard, like yeah, I will not buy a file if it doesn't have pre-supported models. My time is precious, which is a fair point, I suppose. I'll leave that debate for the comments. If you think that I'm really nakedly showing my self-interest as a creator. Anyway, I'm rambling. Have a great one, guys. I hope this video helped. Try out Lychee. It's possible that some of the features I used are premium only. I wouldn't know. I've been subscribed to Lychee for like 2 or 3 years now, so I'm at a point where I don't really know what is a premium feature. It wouldn't surprise me if the automatic support on islands was maybe a premium feature, but it's like €35 a year. It's something I use all the time, so I don't really think twice about it. Obviously, if you are a hobbyist, I guess that might be a barrier to entry. But look at other slicing software. I'm sure Lychee Slicer and stuff like that, they probably do a decent job. I don't know about Elegoo's new slicer. I've never looked at that. I'm cynical of that because the only reason that slicer has come into being is because Elegoo and Anycubic had a falling out, and sorry, not Anycubic, Chitu Systems had a falling out with Elegoo, and Elegoo were left with no slicer software for their Mars 4s. They had to crank something out very quickly. I have no idea if it was good. I'm assuming something born under those circumstances is going to have some kinks to work out, and considering how crap Chitu at least was in 2021, if it's going to be worse than that, it's going to be pretty damn terrible. God, it's a weird thing about nerds, isn't it? We get so territorial over internet browsers, game consoles, and now I'm acting like a tribalistic little fire starter over slicing software. Use whatever you're comfortable with. It's fine. Most of it's just banter. I promise you. Right. Cheerio. Take care.